Just like any muscle, these get stimulus from holding the weight when you are doing pull-ups, biceps curls, and even bench press. Yes, bench press. And not even mention if you are doing deadlifts. But guess what? Many people believe that if you are using lifting straps, your forearms are not going to grow, but that's not the case because the lifting straps can only help you so much. Your forearms are still going to grow, but they only get so much stimulus. So for example, if you are doing a pull-up and you are not satisfied with the size of your biceps, the only solution is going to be direct work. And if you're a skinny guy like me, wrist size is disappointing at best, don't worry, there is still hope. And I'm going to make it simple for you. You only have to train two parts, the front and the back. And if you want to sound fancy, that's going to be extension and flexion. Seated wrist extension. I like to create a slope with my legs, so there is still tension at the top, even though that's not too important. But the thing is, this exercise doesn't get easier than that. All you have to do is extend your wrist, so pulling it up. But what I noticed is people fear going heavy with this exercise. All they are doing is picking the lightest weight in the room, it can be a dumbbell or a barbell, and doing higher reps till it starts to burn. Remember, your goal is to grow your forearms. And if they already have a decent size and some training experience, then just because it burns, it doesn't mean it grows. Grab a heavier weight, and even if you can only do 5 to 9 reps but take it all the way to failure, don't worry, you're not going to die, but your forearms are going to grow. Still training these muscles, but now with reverse curls. And I don't see many people doing this exercise nowadays, and I get it. Some of you are satisfied with the size of your forearms, and the rest are just going to say that calves are genetics and skip it altogether for years. I guess you could say the same about forearms. You can go really heavy with this exercise, and the most important part is going to be the top. Even though that's not going to be the hardest, that's going to be the most important one where your forearms have leverage. And of course you can use techniques like leaning forward to increase the tension on the top part, but you also don't have to. If you are getting progressively stronger on this exercise over time, then you are going to grow. Behind the back wrist curl. And this is to train the underhand side of your forearm. Yeah, that sounded fancy. And it doesn't matter if you are using a dumbbell, barbell, or a cable. The point is to curl your wrist all the way up. This is probably the only exercise when I don't go too heavy, but probably pick a moderate weight so I can go all the way up without sacrificing the top part, because that part is going to be the most important one when you are doing this exercise. If you are skipping that part, it is just like doing a quarter squat and then saying your quads are not growing, but clearly it's the fault of the exercise, right? But you can also do the seated variation, and with this one I like to go really heavy and again creating a slope so there is still tension at the top, even though the peak tension is going to be around mid position, so when your wrists are straight. And honestly, I never seen anybody getting wrist cancer from going heavy with forearm exercises. And the title, that was a lie. In 30 days, if you have some training experience under the umbrella, you're not going to grow much. But if you give it a good 9 months, and you won't even believe how much these muscles can grow as well. Watch these 2 videos next, like, subscribe, hit the bell. For coaching, hit the link in the description. Talk to you soon.